You step out into your yard on a quiet morning. The air is still cold. You hold your coffee cup, breathing in the crisp dawn, feeling completely alone. But you are not alone. You feel the weight of eyes resting on your shoulders. You turn your head. Up on the telephone wire, a dark silhouette sits motionless against the gray sky. A crow. You felt it before you understood it, that primal shiver down your spine, that ancient instinct telling you that you are being observed. You might assume this dark visitor is merely scanning your yard for an easy meal. You might think it is looking for a stray piece of bread or a discarded seed. But you are wrong. It is not looking at the ground. It is looking directly at you. Welcome to Avian Whispers. Today we are exploring what crows actually see when they look at you, and why they never forget a single detail. Stay until the end, because the last thing we cover is the one that changes everything. Number 1. The ultraviolet reality. When you look at a crow, you see a bird made of solid black feathers. You see a creature that blends into the shadows. But when the crow looks at you, it is seeing a completely different dimension of reality. Crows possess a fourth type of cone in their retinas. This allows them to see into the ultraviolet spectrum. The world they live in is a blindingly bright, hyper-detailed landscape of colors you cannot even imagine. When those dark eyes lock onto your figure, they are not just seeing your coat or your hair. They are seeing the exact ultraviolet reflection of your skin. They are picking up microscopic details of your environment that cling to your clothes. You are glowing in their eyes. Every time you step onto your porch, you are presenting a unique, luminous signature. They are studying the ultraviolet patterns of your daily life. They know the subtle differences in the way light bounces off you when it is raining versus when it is clear. You are not just a human walking around in a backyard. You are a highly specific combination of light and shadow, and they are permanently burning that image into their incredibly complex brains. Number 2. The facial mapping protocol. We like to think that all animals view humans as one giant, terrifying species. We assume they scatter because a human is approaching, and any human will do. But a crow does not see a generic human. A crow sees you, specifically you. Researchers at the University of Washington conducted a now famous experiment that proved this terrifying and beautiful fact. They wore specific masks while mildly bothering local crows. Then they walked around the campus for years. The crows ignored the people without masks. But the second someone stepped outside, wearing the specific face of the person who bothered them, the flock erupted into chaos. The crows had memorized the precise facial features of their enemy. When a crow sits on your fence and tilts its head, it is scanning the geometry of your face. It is measuring the distance between your eyes. It is noting the shape of your jawline. It is filing your unique biological portrait away in a mental database that rivals advanced facial recognition software. It is not an accident. It is memory. You are being cataloged. If you have ever chased a crow away from your garden, it remembers your exact face. If you have ever tossed a peanut into the grass, it remembers your exact face. You cannot hide from this gaze by wearing sunglasses. You cannot trick them by pulling a hat down over your forehead. Their minds are evolved to recognize the subtle underlying architecture of who you are. The way your eyes crinkle when you look up at them, the specific tension in your jaw. They are watching you with the same intense scrutiny that you might use to examine a complex puzzle. Every single time you walk to your car, you are being analyzed. Every single time you take out the trash, your data is being updated. You are the main character in a silent movie they are directing from the canopy above your house. Your face is the anchor point for every interaction that will follow. Number 3. The geometry of your walk. But what comes next is something most people find impossible to believe. Perhaps you think you can outsmart them. Perhaps you think that if you buy a new winter coat or completely change your hair, the crow will reset its opinion of you. This is a severe underestimation of the avian mind. Crows do not rely solely on your face. They are masters of biomechanics. They watch the specific, unique way you move your body through space. You have a distinct rhythm when you walk, a subtle asymmetry in your stride, the way you swing your left arm slightly higher than your right, the way you carry your weight on your heels. To a crow, your gait is as unique as a fingerprint. They can spot your silhouette from hundreds of yards away, in the dead of winter, simply by the cadence of your footsteps. They know exactly how you move when you are relaxed. They know the hurried, aggressive pace you take when you are stressed. They are reading your body language better than most of your human friends do. If you approach them with tension, they sense the threat in your muscles. If you approach them with a calm, open demeanor, their radar registers safety. You cannot disguise your intentions because your body is broadcasting the truth with every step you take. Number 4. The Whisper Network. You might think your relationship with the crow in your yard is a private matter. You might assume that if you make a mistake and anger one bird, you only have to worry about that single individual. This is a dangerous misconception. Crows possess one of the most sophisticated communication systems on the planet. They are constantly talking, and you are often the main topic of conversation. Scientists have discovered that crows use regional dialects and complex vocalizations to share highly specific information. When a crow witnesses you doing something threatening, it does not just fly away. It broadcasts an emergency alert. It describes your face, your walk, and your exact location to every other listening bird in the neighborhood. Within minutes, a whisper network is activated. Dozens of crows who have never even seen you will suddenly know exactly who you are and what you did. This is why a person can walk down a street and be entirely ignored, while the person walking right behind them is suddenly dive-bombed by an angry flock. The birds are sharing a massive, invisible social database. You are being rated, judged, and reviewed by a council of feathered critics living just above your roof. Your reputation precedes you, and the crows are the ones writing your history. Number 5. The generational grudge. The most chilling aspect of their memory is that it does not die when the crow dies. Studies published in major scientific journals have confirmed a reality that feels closer to magic than biology. Crows pass down information about humans across multiple generations. A crow can teach its children to fear you or to love you long after the original encounter took place. Imagine walking through a park and being scolded by a young crow. This bird was not even born when you accidentally destroyed a nest 5 years ago. Yet it knows your face. It knows your walk. Its parents described you in such vivid, terrifying detail that the young bird recognizes you instantly as an enemy of the flock. They inherit the grudges of their ancestors, but they also inherit their loyalties. If you have spent years leaving out fresh water and high-quality food, you are not just feeding a single bird. You are investing in a generational trust fund. The offspring of those birds will grow up knowing that your specific face means safety. They will bring their own babies to your yard. You are being woven into the cultural lore of their family tree. You are becoming a permanent character in the stories they tell each other in the dark. Number 6. The economy of favors. Once a crow has mapped your face, analyzed your walk, and shared your profile with the flock, a profound shift happens. They begin to test you. You might walk outside one morning and find a bizarre object sitting perfectly in the center of your patio table. A piece of blue sea glass, a shiny metal pop tab, a perfectly smooth pebble. This is not random debris blown in by the wind. It is a calculated transaction. Crows engage in an economy of favors. When they leave you a gift, they are crossing the boundary between the wild animal kingdom and human civilization. They have determined that you are a reliable provider, and they are offering payment. But this is also a psychological test. They watch from the trees to see how you react. Do you throw the gift away? Do you leave food in its place? They are assessing your intelligence. They are trying to train you. They want to see if this giant, hairless creature can understand the basic rules of a trade. When you accept their gift and offer a peanut in return, A silent contract is signed. You have proven yourself worthy of their trust. You are no longer just a human living in a house. You are a recognized ally in a harsh and unforgiving world. Number 7. The final judgment. Ultimately, what a crow sees when it looks at you is the deepest truth of your character. This is the moment that changes everything. Crows are fiercely emotional beings. They hold funerals for their dead. When a member of their flock perishes, they gather in the branches, surrounding the fallen bird in absolute silence. They investigate the cause of death. They grieve. They process the loss as a unified community. Their capacity for empathy and mourning is staggering. When a creature with this level of emotional depth looks into your eyes, it is not a blank stare. It is a judgment of your soul. They know the humans who bring chaos and noise, and they intimately know the rare humans who move slowly, who offer respect, and who pause to acknowledge the wildlife sharing their They feel your energy. They possess an emotional radar that detects the true nature of your intentions. When a crow chooses to land near you, when it refuses to fly away as you step onto your porch, it is bestowing a profound honor upon you. The natural world is notoriously unforgiving. It is a place of constant survival and fear. And yet, this brilliant ancient creature has looked at everything you are, analyzed your microscopic movements, remembered your history, and decided you are safe. It is an awe-inspiring validation. You have been recognized by the wild. You have been weighed in the balance of nature and found worthy. The next time you step out your back door and feel that familiar gaze resting upon you, do not brush it off. Do not ignore the dark silhouette on the wire. Pause. Look back at them. Acknowledge the incredible, invisible network of intelligence that surrounds your home every single day. The world is so much deeper and more mysterious than we are taught to believe. Now I want to hear from you. Have you ever been chosen by a crow? Have you ever found a strange, shiny gift left on your porch, or felt that intense, intelligent gaze assessing you from the branches above? Tell me your story in the comments below. What did you feel in that exact moment of connection? How did it change the way you see the natural world? Let us build our own whisper network, sharing the incredible moments when the boundary between human and animal completely disappeared.